Today I'll show you how to do a Russian ombre with the builder gel using forms. I'll show you how to remove acrylic first because my model already had product on. First, I disinfect the hand with a gentle solution. Now I take a purple comb bit. It's very sharp, so I have to be very careful with it. I set my e-file on highest speed. The first nail I'll do in normal speed so you can see all the details, and then I'll speed up the video for the rest. When I start removing gel polish, I use the side of the bit for the surface and the very tip for the sidewalls and cuticle area. I'm not pressing down, just lightly touching the product. Because the bit is sharp and the speed is high, it removes everything without extra force. With acrylic, you have to move the bit around and not stay in one spot. Otherwise, it heats up and the client feels a burning sensation. So I keep moving across the nail, little by little, until the product is gone. At the same time, I shorten the nails the same bit, but I always leave about 1 or 2 millimeters of free edge. That way, when we place the form later, the gel won't leak underneath. Once I remove the acrylic, I refine the free edge with the 180 grit hand file. Then I take a wooden pusher. I file it smooth so it doesn't scratch and gently push back the cuticle. Then center to the right. Just a light push is enough. We don't want to hurt the skin. After that, I switch to a flame bit on medium speed for dry manicure. I start from the center and move towards the sides. Using small circular motions, I avoid pressing on the nail plate. Just touching the surface is enough to lift the dead skin. For the sidewalls, I angle the bit slightly outwards so I don't touch the nail plate directly. Remember, the pressure here is basically zero. We are only removing the thin white skin that sticks to the nail. I start filing from the cuticle area, moving from the center toward the sidewalls, and manicure the nail surface. When I finish one hand, I switch the e-file to reverse mode so I can start manicuring the other side of the nail. I use small circular motions with no pressure. I also keep a small brush next to me so I can clean the dust whenever needed. The cuticle is slightly set back compared to the rest of the nail plate. This makes it more prone to scratches or damages. So what I do adjust the angle of the bit near the cuticle and gently file the root area using the side of the bit. I make one pass over the nail surface and clean up the side files. You can see how much the skin has been lifted from the nail plate. Then I use cuticle scissors to gently trim and push back the cuticle. This technique is called cuticle tucking or pocketing, which helps you see under the cuticle and makes it easier to remove leftover skin. When trimming stubborn cuticle or skin, I always use cuticle scissors. Make sure they are very thin and sharp. If not used carefully, they can cut or damage the skin. I place my ring finger in the hole of the scissors and I rest my middle and index fingers behind and beside the blade for support. This helps stabilize the scissors and gives me better control while trimming. Now I place the scissors perpendicular to the cuticle and start trimming from one side. Trimming should be done with 2 or 3 mm of the blade, and in the sinus areas use only about 1 mm of the blade. We make small, precise cuts, checking each time to make sure we are only cutting the dead skin and not damaging any live tissue. We move on to the other hand and repeat all these steps. First, using the cone or flame bit in forward mode, we manicure one side of the cuticle. Then we switch the E-file to reverse and manicure the other side. Throughout, my hand pressure is light and we can repeat the process a few times. We never apply pressure to the cuticle or nail plate, and only then do we trim with scissors. While trimming with the scissors, I adjust the angle of my hand and fingers continuously so that the scissors stay aligned with the cuticle and remain flush with the dead skin.